they can see the screen. Maybe it might be your internet connection.
Okay, let me come back. I'll drop out and come back.
Okay. So I was saying, what is really difficult with you guys about the strategy? Is it the direction, or is it how to get the trade set up, or is it how to get confirmation entry? Because all of them are important. If you don't know one of them, then you can't really, it's not just you can't really scalp, but even SMC, just trade raw SMC is going to be difficult with you. So tell me, guys, what's difficult about the strategy first, so that maybe I can try to focus and explain it. If you guys have any question, you can just ask, unmute yourself and ask it. Because I didn't mute anyone, you can just unmute yourself and start talking. If you have any question, anything you don't understand, you can just tell me and I will explain it to you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And the question is, for example, when you are scalping,
Yeah.
you look the range in 15 minutes, right?
Yeah, 15 minutes. I don't use 15 minutes much, but continue.
Yeah, but my question is, sometimes it gets harder for me to know where is it, like from where to where is the range.
Like the range you are supposed to be trading.
Yeah, like for example, if let's say that the market is going up,
yeah,
but there is a range that the market have to come back and take liquidity.
Yeah.
So between those gaps that you can take a what is it called, a like buy to sell or sell to buy.
Yeah.
Just that range, sometimes I get confused to identify from which range to which range is that.
Okay. First, I'll go back to the market structure. I will explain it, and I'll be back to the chart and I will show you. So the first thing is, you know already what is the bullish trend, what is the bearish trend. Bullish, you just only have this. This one is when price is bullish. But on looking at this, as a beginner, you know that, okay, this one is just a bullish trend because price is creating higher highs, higher lows, and maybe price is pulling back to order block and you buy from and you take TP at previous high. This is the only thing you know. But there is something really important is that we know that price takes this high, it will give you a retracement. Okay. Price takes this high, it will give you a retracement. Now price will have to pull back. Okay. After taking this high, for sure you'll have a retracement so that you can buy it. And the retracement always, not always, but most of the time, it goes below the 50% of your fib tool. If you take the fib,
Tamam lan anladık oğlum.
I think I didn't let's see 0.5. Let me
Stresin yöntemini biliyor oğlum. Daily kıran.
Is there anyone talking? Or?
I think there's someone who has the microphone on and talking.
Give me a second. Anyway,
can you unmute everyone so everyone which has a question can ask?
Okay, I'll try to mute everyone and I will unmute you. Okay, you can unmute yourself. I think it's iPhone 11.
Yeah, now, yeah.
Okay. So first, you'll have to understand the market structure. You know that every time price takes the previous high, give you retracement. When price takes this one, you got the retracement. When price takes this one, for sure you will have a retracement before the buy. So every time you want to trade the retracement, you sell price to the 50%, and after the 50% below, you look for your buy setup to take the next rally. So what is important is the direction. If now, let me delete this one, I will go from scratch again. If I take this, okay, I take this one. Or let me bring price here. If price tap this zone, if there is another block here, will be okay. If price tap this zone and gives me a buy setup, I know that from this zone price is buying is to do what? To take this previous high. So what I will do is when I scalp, I know that my range from here is just to buy. I'll just have to be buying, you know, I buy till I take this high. Once this high is taken, then I can look to sell the retracement. And the retracement, you don't have TP like 1000 pips or maybe 100 pips, 200 pips. You don't have those kind of TP when you sell the retracement. You sell the retracement to only, most of the time, just the 50%. At the
Yeah,
50%
take
of
the
the
internal
fib,
liquidity.
exactly. At the 50, yeah, sometimes you can target some sort of internal liquidity, or you can just target the 50% of the fib tool. That's the easiest TP you can have.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's the easiest TP. After the 50%, what I do is I just look for my zone induce or some sort of order block so that I can take the buy to the upside. And when I take the buy, I know that once I get the buy setup and break structure, I'll only have to be looking for buy setup, buy setup, buy setup till I break this previous high. Once the previous high is taken, then I do the same thing again and again and again and again. I don't know if you understand what I mean. The same thing you do again and again. And when you scalp the 1 minute, I will show you something very important. When you scalp the 1 minute, most of the time, the trend that you are trading, most of the time is the 15 minute. Now you get the 15-minute trend and you scalp on the 1 minute. Most of the time, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Can we explain that one? Anything on, anyway, let me continue with EU first. I'll be back to this Euro AUD. Okay, if I come back here, I'll take what happened today on Euro AUD, EU, so that you can see. I take EU 50 minutes. If you look at this, you see price is bullish, right, on the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
This is very important. Price, you have this Asia high that it was taken, but after this Asia high taken doesn't mean that price will have to take the Asia low. Price take the Asia high. Let me put this one. Take the Asia high, which is actually our breakout structure. After the breakout structure, we need price to pull back so that you can still buy. And if you buy, where's your TP? You can still target the previous high as your TP. So you get this high as your TP here. So what happened is, let's say from this one, let's say we have a zone here that price is buying from, okay? So when price buys here, you know that price will have to break this high only according to market structure. On the 15 minute, you know that price is bullish and this is the previous high, price tab into a zone. Now price is buying. So if you know that price will have to buy and take this high, all I have to know is I'll have to be looking for buy setup till I take this Asia high, or if there is some sort of liquidity to be taken, till I get my retracement. If I get some sort of confirmation for a sell, then I take the sell for the retracement. This is what I see on the 15 minute. And now if I go to the 1 minute, trust me, I know that price will have to buy here. If I check the 1 minute to only be looking for buy setup, you can have so many buy setup on this one. You can even have 50R on only this one rally to the upside by scalping the 1 minute time frame. You know that it's just a 15-minute leg. This 15-minute leg, if you look at it well, price came. I'm not really gonna go into the detail on this one. I'm still going through the direction right now. You know that price broke this, and then okay, let me explain this one first. This one is what you got on the 15-minute, right? You agree? This is the 15-minute time frame. On
Yeah,
the
it's
15-minute,
right now.
yeah, on the 15-minute, this rally to the upside is another trend. Okay, it will give you this. This rally to the upside will give you this. Till we break this high. Once the high is broken, now you'll have your sell setup. Okay. And when people see a sell setup like this, for them, they sell and they target some sort of 1,000 pips or 500 pips as TP, you know, they can even target this low. This sell here means, yeah, for sure, price will drop, but doesn't mean that price will have to take this low, because we still in this range to the upside. We still in this one. Price didn't break the low or went below the 1% or 100% of the fib tool. It didn't break this low, which means price still bullish. But at least if you get a sell setup, you only know that price will sell to maybe to a discount area to buy from. You sell here, but your TP can't be long. This one is a trend. Change of character, pull back, for sure, price now dropping, but doesn't mean that the overall higher time frame price will have to break it. Let me remove this one and I will put the whole thing. Okay, if you have this one, for price to break this, price for sure will give you this. Price will give you this. After price breaking this, price will give you a pullback. And
a lower time frame.
You sell exactly. And on this one, if price will have to give you another leg to the upside, change your character, pull back, and you buy. You buy. Price always looks like this. Looks like this. This is how the market really looks. It's not just you put one line and it goes to maybe TP. So this is how This is the bullish trend you are looking at, but you can see that you have a bearish retracement, you have bearish retracement. So what is really important is you'll have to identify those range in time frames. You know, the overall, maybe the 15-minute might just, on the 15-minute, you can just see something like this. This is what you can see on the 15-minute. Meanwhile, if you go to the 1 minute, you can see something like this, and which makes it very important. You know that this one leg to the upside, if someone is trading the 15-minute time frame, the person can only have one buy. Okay, the person can only have one buy, and TP share, maybe you might have a 5-hour trade done, no problem. Meanwhile, when you scalp, you know that you have to buy, you might even have some sell setup. And when you have sell setup here, how do you sell? You sell to only, if I get my fib, okay, this low to the high. If you get a sell, you don't just target this low. You sell, you target the 50% or any discount zone. And if you buy setup, you buy. And if you say sell setup, you sell, you get the discount zone, you buy. Again and again. The same thing happening in any time frame. This one I'm trying to expand on 15-minute and 1 minute. Even if you go to any higher time frame, let me get maybe GBP USD, one that GBP USD. Okay, let's see the daily. If you look at this daily time frame, okay, you see this leg to the downside. Give me a second. You see this leg to the downside. This is one impulse. Okay, so if you look well, the daily time frame looks like this. You have this, you have a pullback, and you have this. But this sell to the downside, if someone is actually trading on the daily time frame, the person can only have one sell. The person sells from any order block here, and the person hold it till maybe final TP. But if you scalp or intraday trading, okay, you can have your setups on maybe, and the lower time frame, you can have your sell setup on lower time frame or any other structure on the lower time frame. This one is H2. One rally to the ups to the downside, which was on the daily time frame. When you go to the 12 right now, you can see that we have a clear bearish trend to the downside. And you can have so many sell positions. And imagine this one sell here again. You see this one leg here? This one leg is on the 2-hour. And if I try to replay price here, this 2-hour and it's only one leg. If someone is trading the 2-hour, this is only one sell and the person holds till final TP. If I go to the 15-minute right now, on the 15-minute, this one leg to the downside is another trend. You have one bearish trend on daily time frame, but it has so many bearish trend on lower time frame, and also some bullish trend, which is the retracement. And if you look at this, you still have structure, structure, structure. So all you have to do is you get one higher time frame trend where you trade the lower time frame on of the trend, and that's all. That's pretty much all you do when you scalp. You only get one higher time frame trend, and you scalp according to the lower time frame confirmation or lower time frame structure. If I get back to EU right now, I think till now you understand.
Yeah. Like what I understand right now is once you saw a break of structure on the high time frame, then you go lower to the lower time frames, see for a confirmation. And if it is above the 50%, you look for a sell. And if it is below, you look for a buy.
Yeah, something like this. And the high has to be taken because you know every high created is still liquidity to be taken. Like this high here has to be taken because the high, and it's very important to understand about weak highs and weak lows. A weak low is a low that somehow failed to create a new high, and a weak high is the high that failed to create a new low. So if you look at this high is a weak high. Why? Because it failed to break this low here. As this low is not broken, then I know it's a weak high to be taken. There is no way to look to sell from this area. You can sell, okay, maybe some sort of retracement, but you can't sell till maybe take your TP somewhere below this one. There's no way. I mean, there's just no way because this one is just a weak high. The weak high has to be taken. This is pretty much about the weak high and weak low. So on this, on the 15 minutes, we already got the 15-minute trend. If I go to my 1 minute right now, let me see if I can break down my trade I took today. So if I come here, I'll have to identify my structure. I've explained how to use the 15-minute time frame with the 1 minute. But me, what I do is I use the 1 minute with the second time frame. It's just the same thing. I just told you guys, get one higher time frame thing where you can get your confirmation and your setup on a lower time frame compared to the high time frame you got your setup based on or your trend based on. So on this one, if I replay price here, is the same thing. If I replay price here, how is price? You see that price is bullish. When you look at the structure, the structure is bullish. As structure is bullish, I told you after breaking the high, you look for a sell setup. Look at what happened. Price broke this high. You look for a sell setup. For sure, a sell setup happened here. You sell it to the downside. But you can't sell and have your TP maybe at this equal lows. For sure, we have equal lows here, but doesn't mean that price will have to go directly take the liquidity. Liquidity has to be taken, yes, but not all the liquidity has to be taken like directly, you know. Price can create liquidity and it can take maybe 2, 3, 4 days to be taken out. It just can't take out at the same maybe Asia session or London or New York, whatever session you are trading. The liquidity is there, it can be taken out, but not directly. Price can buy, take a month and come back, take this equal lows. It's not directly price will have to take it. So if you look at this one, we know price is bullish. Price gave you this, a pullback, gave you this, and now a pullback. This pullback, you can have a lot of sell setup. If I go maybe to the 10-second time frame, we can have any second time frame. You don't have to use a 10. You can use 5 seconds. You can even use 1 second if you can really read the 1 second time frame. But what I do is most of the time I use the 30 second, 15 second, and the 10 second. The 5 second, I don't really use much. I rarely use it. So if you come here, or maybe even to the 5 second, on this 5 second, you look for the same confirmation you see on the higher time frame. There's really nothing different. If you know you want to sell, price is going up. Price will have to break the low, pull back to a zone, and you sell it down. And if you want to buy, it's the same thing that's happening. Price, or if you want to buy, the same thing, price going down, change of character, pull back, and you buy. And the same thing happened here. If you look well, price broke this low. You see this low broken, which is our change of character. From breaking this low, I know that now price is getting bearish. And I have to get the induced high or some sort of internal liquidity to be taken from this rally to the downside. Remember, this rally to the downside, which broke a low, then this high somehow is a strong high. And the strong high, you take your fib tool from the low to the high, or from the high to the low, and price will have to go at least above the 50% so that you can sell it. So if on this one, you can just have some basic sell, you can just put your sell at the 50% and your stop loss above the high. This is what you can do. Or if you really want to enter from some induced high, you can get maybe this induced high here. Okay, try to know that every week is a high and a low. I don't know if you guys know it. Every week is a high and is a low.
Yeah, like it has to be induced.
Not really induced, but you first have to understand that every high and every low are actually or every week is actually high and low. If I take this one is a daily candle, right? You have this week high, okay, week of the candle high, and you have the week of the candle low. This is what you call by the daily range. Like the whole day, price only had to range between this range. It didn't really maybe went above this zone or below this price. It didn't go it. But now if I go maybe to the 30 minutes, okay, if I go to the 30 minutes, you see this is the week of the daily candle, and you see now it is a high. If you see well, this is a high, and you see this one, this is a low. So every week you see there, every week, when you look there, you see every week, this one, this week here, this week here, actually liquidity, because they are week high and week low, which is they're actually highs and lows, like higher highs, higher lows, as you know that. So you know that here, and let me explain something else. If someone is maybe buying from this order block, you know this one is an order block. If someone is buying from this OB, where is the stop loss of the person going to be? Below the order block, right?
Yeah.
This is how the stop loss is going to be. What if market makers brings price here and buys? Would you you're gonna hit stop loss for sure. You're gonna hit stop loss because they need liquidity. Without liquidity, they can't move the market. And it's not only one person with maybe $100 account or $1,000 account that they need for the liquidity, but you know that we have a lot of traders, 99% of the traders lose, which means 99% of the participants are actually liquidity for those market makers. Okay, so you know that every low or every week of the candle are highs and lows. That's the first thing. The second thing is every weeks and every highs and lows, which are actually weeks of the candle, are also liquidity, because you just see there is just this order block and there is stop losses below, so it's just a liquidity. As you know, it's liquidity and market is interested into liquidity. You just get some induced area to enter from. You can have this high, you can have your entry here, there's no problem. Someone else can have entry here, there's no problem. But what's different here is that if I have my entry here, I might get triggered, okay, and my RR is low compared to the one that will enter here, which the RR might be higher than the one that is entering from the week below here, but the person might not get triggered. Just imagine that price came, you see this week, let's say price came from this week and dropped down, went to TP, which means if you are entering from this area, you are not gonna get triggered. That's the only secret about those weak stuff. You can't say that it's the same thing as order blocks. If you over-refine your order block, you might not get triggered. But if you get triggered, you know that your risk reward is going to be insane. You can have a 50-hour trade by over-refining your OB. Meanwhile, I can maybe have a 5-hour trade with the same OB, but maybe my OB is a bit higher or a bit bigger compared to yours, because you actually over-refine your order block. So that's the only secret. You can enter from this, you can enter from this. There's really no one entry for this entry style. So you get your entry, your stop loss above the high. Sometimes I can add some spaces, okay, because you know sometimes price can create equal highs. Like you take your sell and price will come, create equal highs and drop. And meanwhile, your stop loss is exactly at this zone. So you hit stop loss. So you give some spaces to your entry. And if I sell there, where would my TP be? That's where I come back to the higher time frame, which is the 1 minute. Remember the 1 minute that I'm using here. I'm only using this 1 minute trend to be able to scalp. I'm trying to sell this. Let's see. Okay, I'm selling this. And if I sell this, where would I take my TP? I take my TP below a 50-minute, 50% of the rally. Okay. From this one, I can take my TP somewhere here. But if I have
You mean partials, right?
yeah, I can take partial. I'll be back to it. Give me a second. I think I don't really master this laptop, but we know that the 50% is somewhere here. From this 50%, I can take 50% of my position off. But what I really target from selling this is I always target some sort of liquidity, because market will be interested into liquidity instead of just coming to 50% buying. It always comes to liquidity. And liquidity, I can have this zone as liquidity. You see this low here? Price might come, because this low is below the 50%. The price might come, take this low, give you change of character and buy, break previous high. It does happen a lot, because price only interested into the liquidity, which is at a discounted zone to buy. So from this here, I can take maybe 90% off. But what I do is if I sell a retracement, and if I sell a retracement, I take 90% off. I keep my sell open till I get a buy setup. And if I get a buy setup, my sell, I keep it open till I put my stop loss at break even on my buy, or I might even take partial on my buy. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean. If price comes here, give me a buy setup and I buy, okay, price comes here, break this one and I go break even, I might even take 25% off. When I do this, I can take maybe 99% off on this one. If you like maybe not seeing red on your MT5, you can close all the position. But what I do is I close 99. I can only leave 0.01 lot running till price come and hit my break even here. Meanwhile, my buy is in massive profit. That's what I always do, because sometimes price might give you your breakout structure, your change of character, okay, as you really confident on your buy and you close your sell and price goes back to your break even, or might even go back to your stop loss. Meanwhile, if you left your sell open, your sell can still go in massive profit and might even make you recover from those losses, which are very, very important. If you have a sell setup, you want to buy, I'm just okay to take the buy. Even if I know the buy is risky, I take it, because I know I still have a sell setup that can make me recover my losses if only price goes below my zone. Okay. So on this one, the same thing, you need to see the same schematic. Price comes and this one is, I'm on the 1 minute, okay. If you don't see your confirmation on the 1 minute, you can go to any lower time frame to look for again. If you look at this one, you see this one, would you get a confirmation on the 1 minute? Just tell me, like, seriously, would you get a confirmation on the 1 minute on this one?
No, this is not good. Yeah, no, I can't see.
There is just freaking no way. There's only two candles, one here and one cell, which is the massive cell. You can't get a cell setup on the 1 minute here. The only way for you to go to lower time frame, and lower time frame, it depends. You can have maybe your 10-second time frame that can give you the clear change of character you're looking for. You can get it and you enter.
Yeah.
And this,
But like,
yeah.
Can you go to the 1 minute and zoom out?
Okay.
Like right there, if I was about to look for a cell, I will be waiting for a confirmation.
Which area?
After, yeah, like you see that low that you have marked that with like your partial on the
yeah. You look for a buy setup?
Yeah. No, I mean for a cell, like I would look for a break of structure right there. Is that correct?
You need like a pullback and you sell again, or?
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
This is also something very important. If I get a pullback and if price already at the 50% below, I rather not selling it. I don't know if you understand. If price comes below the 50% of this rally and it breaks structure, pullback, give me my sell setup, if it gives me a sell setup with confirmation, I might maybe take with maybe with low risk, but I wouldn't take it because price already came to my discounted zone I'm looking for. The same thing happened today. The same thing happened today. It happened to me. I almost sent the setup. But I was like, nah, I can't really send this one. The thing,
so you need the confirmation above the 50%.
Yeah, look at this. You see this rally to the upside, right?
Yeah.
Give me a second. Price came here, gave the confirmation, but with double top. I wanted to sell this setup. Since morning, I've been really missing this setup. I got this buy, this sell. I just break it down in front of you. I got this buy. I entered late. When I got on the chart, price was, I think, somewhere. I think price, price came almost somewhere here. And when price went for the pullback, I entered there. I almost missed all those setups. So today, I saw this sell. I wanted to send, but if you look well, you see price created almost perfect equal highs. It's somehow liquidity grab, but it's almost like perfect equal highs. So this one was risky for me, but still I took the sell with low risk. Price sold went below the 50%. Below the 50%, if I try to break this sell down for you, you see that it's just a perfect sell. Let me show you. This one, 30 seconds. If I come here, you see this OB?
Yeah.
You see this order block, right?
Yeah.
Price tap, and price did what? Gave you a change of character. Do you see the change of character? There
exactly. Yeah.
Price gave a change of character, and price left behind a perfect order block. And look what happened. Even with all this, you see at like a high probability setup, you can call it a high probability setup, but price is still went through stop loss. The reason is price already went below the 50% of the rally to the upside. The first thing is it went below the 50%, and the second thing is it didn't just went below the 50%. Look at this. You see this low is taken here. This low here. You see this low here. It's taken. Yes. Okay. After this low taken, what happened? Price gave a change of character. Do you see the change of character here?
Yeah, exactly.
Price gave a change of character. And not only a change of character, price pulled back to this zone to buy again. So there was a perfect buy setup. Price pulled back to 50% and took liquidity, change your character, and you buy. This for me is just like pretty much a high probability setup for me. And for
the confirmation was like, can you draw the fib on this?
On the rally that broke structure?
Yeah.
Okay, let me replay again. Check like the 10 second. I think price went below.
Yeah. I already can see it's below. Yeah. It's valid.
Yeah, you got this one. And me, especially when I have a lot of candles like this. This one for me is an accumulation. Sometimes this thing is very risky. I don't advise you guys to do, but if you are really perfect with the strategy, you can try it. So if price takes liquidity and gives me an accumulation for this, when I just look at the chart, I know this one is an accumulation. If I see the accumulation schematic happening, I can directly have my buy and my stop loss below the low. Just nowhere, you wouldn't really know why I entered the trade, but I entered because I knew price is accumulating. And this kind of accumulation, price cannot always go far. Price can accumulate and come maybe to this zone here. Okay, accumulate, come to this zone and start selling down. It goes below where I bought from. Because this accumulation is on the 10-second or 1 minute, whatever, is fine. Okay, it's valid. But this accumulation doesn't mean that it will have to break structure or it has to create a new high. And the same thing, you see, distribution schematic, accumulation schematic, accumulation schematic. If you really just try to backtest, you'll see a few candles and that break maybe to the upside, and you'll see the price will start buying. Few candles break to the upside, buying. Few candles break to the downside, selling. The same thing happening again and again and again. I don't know. Just try to go and backtest. You'll understand what I mean. So on this, when I have a lot of candles like this one, is an order block on the high time frame. So I can just take the high of this one, and this would have been the entry. The stop loss below this low. And I get back to the 1 minute to get my TP. Okay. If I know that price already did the 50%, took liquidity and gave me my buy setup, I buy and I take TP at the previous high, which is 17R. I actually missed this one because I was interested into the sell. I got like 3 sells on this one. I didn't see the buy self. Like, it's pretty much like a mistake, as I was telling you guys. Price came below the 50%, and still I was looking for a sell setup because I was seeing the sell setup. But if you see well, on the 1 minute, price went through stop loss on this one. Even if you see this setup is cool, and I don't know how many of you guys will see this one as a break of structure, not a liquidity grab, like this one. For you guys, you'll see this one as a break of structure. You'll wait a pullback, change your character, and sell. Is that not what you guys are gonna be looking for? But price went below 50%, took this liquidity, and gave the buy setup. And there is something that I use almost all the time as confirmation for my trades. I use the DXY. If you look at the ASUSFX scalping price here, I only have EU and DXY. On DXY, I use only for the direction. If I see, and the direction is pretty much the same I explained on EU here. If I go to 15 minutes, you see how is price? Price is bearish. After maybe price breaking this low, is there any low? Maybe this low here. Okay, price will have to give me a pullback, and the pullback might go maybe to the 50%. I don't know if price really did go to the 50% in this one. It's not really compulsory for price to do, but most of the time it goes to, yeah, it did go to 50%. So price went to 50%, and after 50%, price break structure here. You see the same schematic happening on EU.
Yeah.
Break structure, pullback, and you sell it. And if you see a sell setup on DXY, then your buy on EU is just almost 100% sure. You can risk your whole, like, full margin on your account. So I don't know if you guys understand what I mean. Yeah. If you see,
I didn't know this, like, about the Fibonacci, like to see if it is above or below.
It's very important. It's very important.
Like a clear break of structure.
Yeah, for the fib is very important. But for me, I don't really put the fib on my chart because by just looking at this, by just looking at price, I know that price may be 50 or discount premium, whatever. Like, when you continue using this, or if you use the fib sometime, it will just be natural for you to know if price is at a discount zone or a premium zone. It's gonna be very easy for you to know it. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. Right. You see this sell here, price slowed down correctly before I started buying. But if you go to the high time frame, which is the 15-minute, you see that this is just a retracement, which gave us a buy. I don't know if you see it. This was a buy, but gave us some buys, okay? And this will sell to a discount zone to buy, and this sell gave us buy setup or gave us sell setup. And the next,
like,
yeah.
So, like, as you said before, if you had that buy you will take 90% of your profits,
Yeah.
and then you will keep your stop loss there.
Yeah.
And yeah, you see that like it is a bullish structure. And when you see like you can take a counter trend and left your buy TP open.
Yeah, exactly. I always keep some position open to
Yeah.
just like a trade management. Until now, this buy, I got this buy and this buy is still running. This buy is still running not right now, maybe around 12 hour. But I took 90% at this high. This previous high has to be broken. But even from this area, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but at this area, I got the sell setup. I got sell setup. But from holding these cells, I still have my buy open because I know I might hit stop loss on my sales because price still bullish, but my buy is still making money. I can hit maybe break even if I took this one, I might even hit stop loss, but my buy is still open and went for crazy R, and I'm still, cool. And that's the power of knowing about the higher time frame. If you know the higher time frame, you can still keep those trades. Until now, if I go to H4, okay, I think I've changed my trading view. Give me a second. Even if I can open it. It's taking a while. Yeah, you look at this. You see, price is bearish right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Price is bearish. Pull back. But I still hold it sell from here. I still hold the sell from here. I still hold the sell from here. And all those pullbacks from this area, I'm still not afraid because price can come here and give me a sell setup. I hope you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is about.
I mean, both sides you will be like in profit. If you lose on the sell, you're in profit on the buy.
Yeah. Right now I have one buy here and I have 3 sells. So now if price goes to or take all my sells out, I know that my buy is still going well. And if my buy hit break even, I know my sell is still going well. I think yeah, it has come now. Each one. Yeah, these are the sales I'm talking about. These sales. Some of them are almost 100 plus. So you have any other question?
The other question is like before I used to have a time for both for New York and London session, but right now like I mostly come from work when the New York session is almost like about to die.
Yeah.
Like when the market is going super low.
Yeah.
So what would you advise me?
You can't trade London and you can't trade New York.
Yeah, but like I'll go to work in London, and when I came back, like it's almost
I see.
the market is almost dead.
What do you do at Asia?
Asia one almost, yeah, it's a midnight.
So you sleep.
Most of the times, like I'm up backtesting and that all.
Okay.
But
I don't really trade Asia, but I know some guy, I think Chris FX or something, Christian FX. He's on Instagram. The guy kills Asian session. Like, trust me, everything happening here, the same thing happening on Asia session. The same thing. I don't know. You just have to identify the trend. I don't know. You just try to backtest, and if it works for you, you can try. You see this one, pull back. You see this one, yeah, we pull back, and this one. So if the beginning of Asia is already boring, like this one from here, spread time. Just wait maybe 1 hour after Asia or 2 hours after Asia, then you can maybe you can trade and have at least 10 hour every night or every Asia session. You can have a 10 hour every Asia session.
Yeah, but I'll like for yeah, I will see what time it starts, and I'll backtest. I backtested a lot on the Tokyo and even forward test.
Someone is telling you can trade JPY. Someone is telling you can trade JPY oil and gold at Asia session.
Okay, wait.
I don't know. I don't trade JPY.
JPY and
I'll never trade JPY. I'll never, I'll never trade JPY. The last time I opened a trade on JPY, that was on August, I think. So, any other question? Do you have any other question?
No, I'm done. Thank you for the explanation. It was super powerful.
Okay, no problem. So, anyone else that has a question? I take any question right now. If you guys have any issue with the strategy, is the moment to understand. Because on Asia, I own more, so you have to trade Asia station. You have to trade JPY. Yeah, if you want, you can trade JPY, but for me, I will never enter any trade on JPY pair. Just like I'm giving money to the Japanese economy. Anytime I enter a JPY trade, it will look like this. My price give me this, okay? Break structure on higher time frame, come to my zone, break structure, okay? And it will give me this. So what always happen is I get this one. This thing happened to me 90% of the time I trade JPY. 90% of the time I trade JPY. I hit stop loss and went to TP. So since then I don't trade it. So any other question? If you guys have a question, you can ask now. Because I think some of you are complaining about the strategy if you don't understand or something. And for the setups, okay, for the setup I sent to Asus FX scalping, what I do is I have a target every week or every month. I have a target. If I have a target a week to give maybe 20R to members, I do my best to send setups that can actually bring 20R. Last week, the last EU sell that ran for 23R. The last sell ran for 23R, and I think there was some sales ran for 20R before, which is overall pretty much 40R last week. This week I didn't send anything yet, and I don't just send. When you look at this setup, if you look at these setups, I don't know why deleted. Anyway, if you look at these setups, the way I can get a buy shear, how confident I am on this buy might not be the same how confident I will be on this buy. Some buys I can enter 0.25, some buy I can enter maybe 0.5, some buy I can even go 0.1, or yeah, 0.1, I can even go 1%, it depends. So what I do is, if I see a trade that I'm sure that, yeah, this one will play out and it will take time and like all the confidence are there, I take it, I send it, you get confirmation and you enter. If you sell a pullback is always risky. I can try to sell a pullback, I can hit 2 stop losses before get one trade that I actually played out. But some people, if you send signals or you send setups, 2, 3 hit stop loss, that this guy doesn't give good signals or whatever, doesn't give good setups, whatever. That's why I always look for setups that I'm sure this one I know will play out, and this one the confirmation will be good. Then I send it, you get confirmation and you enter. This is always what I'm trying to do. Check it, confirm Wyckoff. I don't know what you guys have with AUD, but on which time frame? Wyckoff on which time frame? Which time frame are you seeing the Wyckoff? We are looking at this as the Wyckoff distribution. It's even Asia session. You can't really trade. I don't know. Check 1 minute. Check general chat. Okay, I think my Discord is off, but let's see. Okay. With this one, where has it gone to? Wait, I think I'm using the wrong one. one. Okay, okay. We don't have all the schematic yet. Don't have all the schematic yet. And if I look here, since price even creating more liquidity, trendline liquidity, you see this one. We have trendline liquidity being created. We don't have a clear market structure shift or change of character. There's no way to enter this right now. You wait till Asia session. After Asia session, if you can have maybe a spring to the upside to take all this liquidity and change of character, then maybe you can sell to the downside. But till now, I know this area is too risky. Just too risky. Just look at this. We have reason one. We have this relative equal highs. We have relative equal highs here. Reason two, we have Asia high. Okay. Reason three, we have imbalance. I think we have this imbalance. There's a lot of reason for this thing to buy before selling, but it's still wait after Asia. If price can clear some highs here and give you maybe change of character, then maybe you can sell to the downside. But for me right now, it's risky. And even this zone I'm trying to sell from is risky from this trend line here. So price might even come to the zone extreme here, which might even take 2-3 days or even next week for you to have the sell. But let's see. And euro, let me see any AUD pair so that I can AUD AUD USD. AUD USD is sell setup. There's something like if you see euro AUD giving you a buy setup, okay. If you see euro, let's see, okay, let's talk about this one. If you have something like EU, or let me start from the DXY. If you have DXY, okay, if DXY is giving you a buy setup, which means anything that starts with USD, XXX, okay, USD whatever, maybe USD CAD or USD CHF or USD JPY, anything start with this one is more likely to give you a buy setup. And anything that ends with anything that ends with USD, like XXX, okay, USD, you can have EU, GU, or maybe Euro AUD or whatever that ends with USD, it will go down. If you see DXY going up, whatever here will go down. This is the first thing. And if you see DXY going down, then anything USD CAD or USD CHF will also go down, and EU will buy, GU will buy, Euro USD or AUD USD will buy, and the same thing that applies on maybe Euro AUD. If you see Euro AUD buying, then which means the AUD pair has to be selling. Okay. So if you see here AUD USD, if you see AUD USD giving you a sell setup here, so AUD CAD is more likely to buy, or AUD USD or AUD of course, is more likely to buy. So this is the thing. I don't know if you guys understand the concept I'm trying to say. Is the correlation between the index and the pair. I think I sent all those indices on the full course SMC. I think it's somewhere here. Yes, this one. So let's say if you are trying to trade NZD CAD, okay? Let's say if you are trying to trade NZD CAD, if you want to sell NZD CAD, then you want to see the NZD index, which is the ZXY, to drop so that you can sell NZD CAD, or not to drop, but give you a sell setup. Because if it's dropping already, then maybe you can catch from a pullback to sell, maybe, but you need to see a sell setup on the NZD index so that you can sell in the NZD pair. And the same thing apply for CAD, the same thing apply for USD, which is the DXY. That's why when I scalp, I always use the DXY for the conference with the EU, which is pretty much the same USD and DXY. And GBP is BXY, and the remaining are there. I think I didn't put for DXY. Yeah, I didn't put for DXY. As I was saying, I don't trade DXY. That's the only reason. Is there any other question? If you guys have any other question, let me know. And have your hands up and I can unmute you. Or you can ask on the meeting chat. Do you guys have any question? Or no question? Okay, so check general chart again. Okay. What do I check on Euro AUD? I've explained Euro AUD right now. I've explained, try to go through the recording, you'll understand what I meant. I explained the Euro AUD. I don't see a sell setup right now. Even if you see a Wyckoff distribution, as far as you don't see a change of character, it's not really a distribution. It will have to break the low, which is uh the trend is changing the trend actually. That's pretty much what you can have. So if you guys don't have any question, I'm gonna end the Zoom and let's see how tomorrow goes. Please, I can repeatedly, please go recognize bias on higher time frame. Bias on higher time frame. I've already explained for the I've explained for the 15 minute. If you want to use the 15-minute higher time frame, okay, the 15-minute time frame to get your trade setup. You can just go through the recording if you want to know from the 15 minute to the 1 minute. But for the higher time frame, maybe H4, whatever, it's the same thing. It's just the same way I'm using for the 15 minute. If I look at this, I know our price is bullish. Sure, I know price is bullish. After knowing price is bullish, I get my fib, okay? Make sure from the low to the high. So price will have to do what? Come minimum to the 50% of the fib tool. So I sell till maybe the 50% any OB or liquidity induced to this 50% below. Then I look for my buy setup. If I get the buy setup, I buy till this high. After this high taken, then I can maybe look for a sell setup again and again and again, which is the bullish trend. The same thing if you want to use for the 15-minute time frame, or if you want to use for H2, it's almost the same thing on any time frame. Maybe even on the D1 is the same thing. But D1, your 50 is not going to be the same as on the other time frame. You can maybe get your D1 fib from this low to this high. This one is what you can get on the D1. But on maybe on another time frame, you can have another one as well. It follows everything. It didn't break the low. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Why was that? My trading view is taking long to load. On this, where do you want to sell it? Just tell me, where do you want to sell it? And if you look this. How do you want to sell if price is not even breaking the demand? Price is respecting demand. Maybe this one price might even come to this and give you a buy. Price didn't break any of these lows. How do you want to sell? I mean, price, look at this. Price didn't break any of this. Price didn't break any of this. Why would you sell if I always tell you get continuation, not reversal? If you don't see a sell setup or not a change of character, why would you sell? If you got this buy, you've made money. If you got this buy, you've made money. If you got this buy from this low, you've made money. If you got this buy also, you've made money. But imagine if from all these buys, you are just trying to sell. Look at what have been happening. If you are just trying to sell instead of buying, you see this? Price went to stop loss and so down. And if I continue, price here at least came down for you to go break even. It went through stop loss. If you see demand in control, you don't sell unless demand breaks and now supply is in control. Then you look for a supply zone to sell from. There's no way to sell this if price still bullish. For me, this price still bullish. There's no sell setup yet. If you see a Wyckoff distribution, as far as price doesn't break the low, there's no way for you to sell it. That's about the Euro AUD again. Anything else? Okay, so I'm gonna end the Zoom. Okay, I will send the recording to you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. Okay. Thank you for joining and thank you everyone.